Hi children, welcome back to IT class. In the last class, we had discussed about Raspberry Pi computer, then various connectors and the ports used for connecting those connectors and the USB technology. Do you remember that one? Okay, let's continue the lesson. Can you say which output devices are used to present the visuals from the computer? Yes, monitor and projector. Among these, monitor is a commonly used output device to present the visuals from a computer. Now let's see about monitor in detail. Monitors are commonly known as Visual Display Unit or VDU. They are of various types and they use various kinds of technology. CRT, LCD, TFT, LED are some of them. Cathode ray tube, that is CRT monitors, consume more electricity than other monitors. But the thin film transistor, that is TFT, and liquid crystal display LCD monitors that we use nowadays consume very little electric power and are more clear and vibrant. Light emitting diode LED, organic light emitting diode OLED technologies are also commonly used in display units. They provide clear and vibrant screen and will also provide visual clarity. Have you got an idea about different types of monitors? Also, you have understood that monitors are attached to computers through VGA, that is Video Graphics Array Adapters, High Definition Multimedia Interface HDMI, Digital Visual Interface DVI, DisplayPort, etc. are modern interfaces that are used to transmit audio-visual data. Now, the data that we give as input in various methods are later given as output through a complicated processor. This is done with the help of microprocessors in the central processing unit CPU of the computer. These highly important microprocessors are fixed inside a computer. Microprocessors help to make basic mathematical calculations and control the activities of input or output equipment in the computer. The joint activities of the software and other peripherals. Peripherals means devices in the computer help in getting the necessary information through output devices. Do you understand? In short, it is a microprocessor that controls all the operations inside the CPU. Okay. Now look at the illustration of the working of CPU. The CPU, that is the microprocessor inside the CPU, takes the input from the input device, then it processes the data and stores whenever needed and gives the output to the output device. So, it is clear that the microprocessor does all the mathematical and logical operations inside the CPU. Okay. Now, we know that all electronic equipments generate heat while working. In order to absorb the heat produced during the working of various microelectronic components, a heat sink and a small fan are attached with the microprocessor. A very important factor that influences the working speed and efficiency of computers is the microprocessor used in them. Frequency, cache memory, the speed of information transfer to other components of the computer, etc. are the features related to the efficiency of processors. Okay, main points: frequency, cache memory, speed of information transfer. Now let's study about clock speed and cache memory. When a computer works, a lot of information is transferred to and from the CPU many times within a second. The rate of information transfer in a microprocessor is referred to as frequency or clock speed. Okay, do you know frequency? Yes, we have studied it in your physics and in your previous classes, right? The rate of information transfer is known as frequency. That is, how much information is transferred from one component to another in 1 second. How much information is transferred in 1 second is referred to as the frequency of the microprocessor. The frequency is also known as clock speed. Okay, both are the same. If the clock speed of the microprocessor is more, then the instructions it handles also increase. Clock speed is normally measured in the unit Hertz. Okay, Hz. When the CPU works, it depends mainly on the primary memory, that is temporary memory of the computer. Sometimes the CPU, which works very fast, may find it difficult to get the information on time. Hence, facility is available in the microprocessor to retain the frequently used information in the CPU itself. This is cache memory of the CPU. Processors differ in their levels of cache memory. Once more, clock speed is the rate of information transfer in a microprocessor. That is, how much information is transferred in 1 second is known as the clock speed. The other term for clock speed is frequency. The unit of clock speed or frequency is Hertz. Clear? Now, about cache memory. It is a memory seen inside the CPU itself for the speedy transfer of data to and from the CPU. That is, in the case of highly efficient microprocessors, its working speed may be very high. Then, sometimes the CPU may find it difficult to get the information on time because all the information that brought by it will be processed at a very high speed. So, facility is available in the microprocessor itself to retain the frequently used information in the CPU. This is known as cache memory. Okay children, today's class is over. I hope all of you understood the portions we discussed today very well. If you have any doubt, ask me through the WhatsApp group. Thank you.